Hey guys, I'm Bobo, and that's Joseph, and Hugo, and Craig, and Damien Demento, and Matt, and Ben, and Brian, and oh, they all faded out before I get to Robert. But it's Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator. If you press the ignition too long, you'll flood the engine. No, if you pull the choke too far out, you'll flood the engine. The ignition isn't something that you press. The ignition isn't, unless you have a, yeah. Good. Yeah, okay, so I got a lot of epilogue, Hugo, date, action here. It turned out well, though. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these so that we don't lose out on dad book here. Also, I feel like we made all the right decisions on our dream date with Hugo, the dream dad. So I'm just going to get rid of all these autosaves. We got dads.
Welcome. You've got dads.
I sure as heck do. Look at all them dads. Last time we, oh, hello Hazel. Hazel, your cat mom was not feeling well. So it might have actually been nice if you'd stayed up there with her. Which you were doing. You were being very sweet and being good. But I guess I'm moving around. So I am entirely more interesting a hanging out subject. Also, I'm petting you. You knew that was going to happen. That's part of your deal. Oh, and so now you're going to try and get on my lap. Okay. This is all part of the Dream Daddy experience, folks. Hazel is going to try and get all up on my lap. So, okay. You settle in, sweetheart. There you go. And we will go ahead and click over to Joseph, because last time we went to a wrestling show with Hugo. Found out that JD Slaminger was very well respected in the pro wrestling community, as you would expect. Good girl. So this time, let's go ahead and hang out with Joseph. Joseph's story has been, I feel like, a bittersweet one, because out of all of the Dream Daddy encounters that we've had and these Dream Daddy dates, I was being loath to call them dates previously because on the surface of many of them, they could have just been, you know, just plain old innocent gatherings that had no deeper romantic meaning. But, you know, the game has been pretty clear every time that we send messages at this point. It says, you know what they say about third dates, implying that all of our other encounters with these daddies had been daddy dates. I mean, that's okay. But either way, his I feel like has been the most bittersweet because out of all of the Dream Daddies, he is the one that appears to be in a committed relationship with somebody else. And while that doesn't necessarily preclude a person from having a relationship with another person, many people are polyamorous and that works out for them. That doesn't seem to be the life that Joseph Christensen is really going for. So anyhow, I guess let's see what ends up happening. You know what they say about third dates, they get pretty serious. Hey, never give up, never remember. I have pretty bad memory for a lot of things, so I could see that being An issue for me. Minimize eating fried foods, candy, and sweets. Well, I suppose. I really want to see Joseph again, but after that weird encounter with Mary, I don't know. He's my friend, right? I should be able to hang out with him and it not be weird, right? Right? The computer pings as a message flies into my inbox. It's Joseph. Wait, how are we gonna get on the open ocean? What? I missed part of this message, clearly. Like, actually hang out. No manual labor, no impromptu therapy sessions with sad DJs, no kids. Just you, me, and the open ocean. How are we gonna get on the open ocean, you might ask? Good question. Whoa, prescient. Prescient. If you're interested, I'll meet you down by the marina, and you can check out the goods, if you know what I mean. I mean my yacht. Let me know. Joseph owns a yacht? Joseph owns a yacht? I'm as surprised as you are.
Oh no.
You've been holding out on me. Your only daughter, whom you love. It's who you love, daughter. What? Did you think that having me as a father would somehow afford you the fringe benefit of getting to go on a yacht? What else did it get me? A healthy upbringing and a supportive environment. I'm literally paying for your college. Not a dog, that's for sure. I mean, apparently all of these are true. Let's start with the healthy upbringing and a supportive environment. She'll say, I could have had more. Yeah, okay, but what if I had that exact same upbringing and a healthy environment, but I also got to go on a yacht sometimes? Relax, kiddo. Joseph's inviting me onto his yacht. It's going to be a yacht of fun. I'm glad that you're excited, but that doesn't mean you get to start throwing out puns. Why yacht, Amanda? Well, I gotta go get ready to go on my friend's yacht. I start to walk away, but Amanda stops me. Hey, in all seriousness, I hope you have fun. But make good choices, okay? But Dad... Don't stay out too late. We can't go to Jennifer Longford's birthday party this weekend. She promised me that she would... Oh. Ugh. She promised me she would propose to me, but ended up going with Logan Crutchfield. That happened to somebody else? Oh, this guy's name wasn't Logan. It was, yeah. I'm not going anywhere near that party. Good bit, Dad. Good bit. I respond back to Joseph, letting him know I'll be there. A quaint marina, complete with local mom-and-pop shops, and a small diner for Frame the Bay. I've gone for a few walks by the bayside to stare enviously at all the nice boats before. Joseph should be around here somewhere. Gosh, this is fancy. I feel a little out of place. Bobo. That doesn't sound like Joseph. I turn around to find... Robert, hey. What's he doing here? So, how's Joseph? Robert comes off cold immediately. I get the feeling he's not happy I'm here. And what's with that look? He seems very angry. Very, very angry. He's going through some stuff. Robert blasts through a cigarette.
Excuse me?
So I guess he's your friend now, huh? Your pal? Oh, he's Robert, you're my friend too. And I suppose two friends just spend the night out in a private yacht together being buds, chat about friendship. Is that what two friends do? His voice is getting louder. What has gotten into him? Robert, come on. You know I'm not like that. But well, you might be an idiot, but I'm not. What's your problem with Joseph anyway? I don't like Joseph. I don't trust Joseph. Joseph is a bad guy, and I don't want him around you. Robert, you committed petty larceny last week, and you think you've been haunted by the Dover ghost. It was the goddamn Dover ghost. Robert pauses to calm himself down. Joseph's not who you think he is. What? Ask him about it sometime. Bring it up. And watch your back when you do. Because a guy like that'll put a knife right in it. Robert flicks his cigarette into the front seat of a recently cleaned schooner before turning around to leave. I thought these were all sailboats. He takes a step, hesitates, then turns back to face me. You're both awful. You deserve each other. I'll tell Mary you said hi. With that, Robert storms off down the pier. Well, okay. I wander deeper into the marina. All these boats are really, really nice. I wonder which one is Joseph's. Hey, Bobo. Joseph, where are you? Up here. I look up. Joseph waves to me from atop a huge yacht. I've never been on a yacht before. You never forget your first. I glance at the name on the side of the boat. The St. Peter, huh? Inherited this thing from my pops. Real fire and brimstone type. Loved yachts. So what's the plan, Captain? I figured since last time went a bit sideways, we could cast our lot out in the open sea, wrestle with Neptune, set sail on the seas of adventure. You're kind of a goofball when you're not wrangling your kids, you know that? Joseph smiles and winks from his perch. I have no idea what you're talking about. Joseph hops down and extends a hand to me, helping me up onto the yacht, which is capitalized. Sure. I'm thrown off by how soft his hands are. Does he moisturize or what? Bobo, stop thinking about his hands. Pure thoughts. You're gonna be in a boat, alone, with Joseph, on the open ocean. It's a yacht. He's married. It's fine. This is fine. After undoing the mooring and climbing into his captain's seat, Joseph slowly takes the boat out, ringing the big steel bell with extra emphasis even though nobody else seems to be around. Shove it off. Boat launching. Man and boat launching as one. St. Peter navigates out of the marina and into open water, with Joseph doing the occasional steering flourish as the boat bobs along the waves. Seems a lot more relaxed out here. Joseph's definitely in his element. And this is the part where we wrestle Neptune, so please remove your shirt and roll in some talcum powder. Luckily I brought my Neptuning fork. I didn't bring any talcum powder. Can do. Yeah, this is a gag. Let's go along with the gag. Neptuning fork. Joseph stifles a laugh. Collegiate level dad joking there, Bobo. For a while we watch as the trees and waves pass us by. Where are we going? A little further out. It's a lot quieter once we get out on open water. Plus, we could see whales. Whales are cool. I don't trust whales. Nothing should be that big. Noted. Joseph maneuvers the boat past the buoys. He sighs. I wish I could get out more often, but, you know. Family, wife, saving souls.
Yeah.
So many souls. I could barely hold them all. Gotta hold 'em all, people's souls. I watched Joseph work the boat. Despite his age, he doesn't look like he's slowed down at all, and from here I can see how toned his muscles are. Impure thoughts. Stare out at the ocean. Joseph's right. It's a lot quieter out here. But something about that conversation with Robert still bothers me. So, I ran into Robert. Was he... He wasn't waiting for you at the dock, was he? Yes, and smoking like a chimney. That's Robert, all right. Is everything okay between you two? He seemed angry. It's... How do I put this? Did Robert ever proposition you for, escapades? Actually, he did. And did you take him up on that? Now remember, folks, we had the option. I did not. No. Huh, well, this is where we differ. What? I know. Father of four, family man, married for Christ's sakes, but I should never have even... But I was in a bad place, and with Mary constantly out, Joseph settles himself before continuing. This definitely gets under his skin. I made a hasty decision. One which Robert does not exactly... He has a weird thing about casual... But he asked you. You'd have to ask Robert about the weird Robert politics of that. He's been weird about it ever since. Huh. But it's over, right? Oh, yes, absolutely. That began and ended on the same day. Well, okay then. So, you're not upset? I'm not. Things happen, Joseph, and I think you of all people deserve a little forgiveness. Thank you, Bobo. That means more than you'll ever know. Joseph and I boat in silence as the bay gets smaller and smaller behind us. I decide to take a peek over the edge of the ship. The wake this thing kicks off is intense. I wonder if Joseph would ever let me water ski off his yacht. Also, does anybody else think it's weird that Robert and Mary hang out all the time? And it seems like we've now discovered that their one common thread is an amorous history with Joseph. Hey, dolphins! Joseph, they're dolphins! And so you're scared of whales, but not dolphins. Oh, I didn't say I wasn't scared of dolphins. Those things are super intelligent. We gotta be careful with dolphin-centric standardized tests. I feel like there's an unspoken truce between man and dolphin. I would be more than comfortable riding a dolphin into battle. Dolphins are way more dangerous. They sometimes drown their babies for fun, you know. Can I trust nothing on the open ocean? I like to think that I'm pretty cool. All right, Joseph. It's you and me versus the entirety of marine life. I yell out to the ocean. You're all spineless invertebrates. Well, that's not true. I had lobster last week and I can't wait to eat more of you. Ooh, that does sound good. My life goal is to punch as many fish as I can before I die. Well, I'm clearly I'm clearly way behind on that goal. I didn't have lobster last week, but boy, if I could have, I suppose there was nothing that could have kept me. Actually, last week would have been the week to do it. Bean was out of town. I could have gone to a seafood restaurant. She's not big on the shellfish, so I could have gone and just had a little, a little shellfish cheat day. Haha, I am so shellfish. I'm working on those jokes, guys. I had lobster last week and I can't wait to eat more of you. You tell him, Bobo. And here we are. Bobo, welcome to the ocean. I look out into the vast expanse of blueness. Yep, that's the ocean. I'm suddenly struck with an overwhelming sense of claustrophobia, despite being in a wide open space. Yeah, but the actual space that you can maneuver within is very tiny, isn't it, Bobo? Makes you think. I am on a boat with a handsome man. A handsome married man. There are whales beneath us. Nothing should be that big. It's a little daunting, isn't it? Do you trust the whales? You know there are more dangerous things in the ocean than whales, right? Like tuna. The tuna is an apex predator. It's Randy Orton. What about sharks? Sharks are tight. It's the tuna you gotta watch out for. And the whales. Hey, want to look out wistfully over the sea with me? Joseph and I head to the bow of the ship to do some quiet contemplation. You know, Shh. Quiet contemplation. I'm alone with my thoughts. Cool. Look out to the sea for a bit, then over to Joseph. He looks so commanding as he surveys the ocean. Feels like he really is at home in the water. He really is Dan Ivar. What Mary said to me at the bar. I can't stop thinking about it. Is she right? But she's terrible to him. He's unhappy. He deserves better. I don't know what to think about this, but I just feel so drawn to Joseph. I should say something. So, about Mary, Joseph continues to stare off into the distance. He don't want to talk about no Mary. It's, well, if you really want to know. Suddenly I hear a sputter coming from the engine room. Joseph runs over to the boat's controls and taps on some dials. I guess we can talk about Mary later. Oh. Okay, so. We might have a small problem. What small problem? We are out of gas. The whales are gonna get us. The whales siphoned our gas. It's okay. I can just call on one of my boat buddies to come tow us back in. Joseph pulls out his phone. Just kidding. I can't do that because there's no service. I check my phone. I don't have service either. We are on the ocean. I figured if he was going to get a phone, it would have been like a sat phone. Should we just submit ourselves to the whales? Well, I do have an old radio in the office, but it's broken. Are you handy with tools? It's a yacht. There's supposed to be a sail as well, right? You know how to sail, Joseph. You own a yacht. Your dad had it, and he gave it to you. Presumably, he taught you how to sail. I mean, obviously, if the wind isn't favorable, it could still be difficult, but you would still be able to maneuver. I'm a dad. If the radio is anything like frantically putting together a bike on Christmas Eve, it should be no problem. Let's take a look at it and see what we can figure out. Joseph directs me toward the radio and showcases its insides. I don't know how radios work. I think there's just some frayed wires in there. If we can reattach them, we should have a working radio in no time. We stare into the interior of the radio. Not entirely sure what I'm looking at. I don't think Joseph knows either. You know what? Let's just throw some stuff around in there and see what works. Eat a balanced meal.
MacGyver, that radio.
Okay. Got oh, here you go. Got okay, that's not doing it. Hey, we got wires here. Well, this part at least seems to spark whenever I do anything with it. And there's a condom. That's cool. There's no reason that would do anything. But, you know, fun, right? Throw these wires in here. Then turn it on. I think you're missing something. Think you're missing something. Is it the coconut? It's got to be a coconut in the radio. It's a wad of chewing gum. Aha. Hey, I just throw everything in there. Rank S. Wow. Hey, it works. Kinda. Oh, I was wondering if I was going to do that for the rest of the episode. The radio springs to life. It swings and springs. Whoa, we did it. Joseph speaks into the receiver. Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Tries a few other channels. Nobody responds. We might be a little far out. I don't think there's anyone in range. How big's the range? Well, this radio came with the boat when my dad bought it in the 60s, so not great. That's reassuring. Now what? There's worse places to be stuck on than a yacht. Wine? Wine. Wine. Wine! Snake! 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 Just regular wine, thanks. I keep a couple of emergency bottles deep below deck. Want to go grab some while I fiddle with this radio some more? Let's see. Wine. It's got to be around here somewhere. You see the bottle and the glasses there? Let's examine the lounge. For an old yacht, this lounge is pretty high class. Wood panels on everything, leather couches. It's like an old Playboy photo shoot in here. Examine the bed. Oh, California King. Swanky. It's unmade and a little messy. Less swanky. For an old yacht, this lounge is pretty high class. Da 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 da. Examine the floor. Some clothes thrown about on the floor by the bed. Socks, slacks, yep, a pink polo shirt. Oh, I guess now I know if Joseph prefers boxers or briefs. Place seems a little lived in. Huh. Let's examine the side table. Hey, wine glasses. I must be hot on the trail. But no wine. Grab 2 glasses and get back to searching. Let's examine the shelf. Take a look at everything on the shelf. Examine the photos. There's a few photos on the wall here. Looks like a picture from Joseph and Mary's wedding day. Nice grandpa glasses. Looking real slick there, Joe. Another picture of Mary and Joseph on this very yacht. Quality 90s fashion right there. Mary still has her patented stink face, but at least Joseph seems happy on the water. Oh man, Joseph got Rikishi's ass rubbed on her. Hey, it's all the dads. Looks like it's from a couple years ago. The gang's all here. Brian, Matt, Hugo, Craig, Damien, Robert. Well, Robert's actually smiling and wearing a sweater. I know that sweater. There's one guy in the end that I don't recognize. Hugo's ex, maybe? And hey, here's Joseph go-karting with the kids. That's fun. Take a look at everything on the shelf. Take a look at the books. Looks like a bunch of different Bibles. On brand. A couple of old vet magazines. Guess those must be Mary's. Wait a minute. Is this... Well. Now the hot body shoe is on the other hot body foot. I take a look at everything on the shelf. Okay. Let's examine the knickknacks. There's one thing Joseph does right. It's the odd stuff he puts on the shelves. I take a moment to closely examine what I think is an old submarine clock. Ah, there's the crosses again. Boy knows his crosses. Really cool design, too. Take a look at everything on the shelf. That's enough. Let's examine the cabinet. Sturdy cabinet. A little dusty, but I bet there are some treasures in here. Examine the fire extinguisher. Sure. Look, you can tell a lot by a man by how seriously he takes his fire safety. You've got to be cool about fire safety. Nice, Joseph. Nice. Well, this is a solution to a different problem. Maybe if we're stranded out here for days and run out of electricity, we'll need these. But the chief concern right now is wine intake. Let's look in the drawer. Hey, it's wine. A whole drawer full of wine. It's a yacht club miracle. Twilight Rouge, huh? Come to daddy. Finally, time to get back up to Joseph. It's a sturdy cabinet. Yeah, no. We're gonna go back and head back up to Joseph. Bring the wine and glasses up to the deck and find Joseph still hunched over the radio. So, the sweater that we recognize, are we looking at it right now, tied across Joseph's neck? Question. Bobo, wine. Good to see you two. Just in time for the sunset. I didn't take you for a drinker. He created a place called Margarita Zone.
Nice.
Haven't you heard? I'm a cool minister. How cool.
Oh.
I can land half of my kickflips. What is that? Like 4? 5 in a good day. Pour me. Regular pour. Power pour. Give him a regular pour. He can power pour himself later. Now, this is how you do stranded at sea. We can clink our glasses and drink up. This wine's not bad. There's a hint of... Am I tasting grapes? You have a discerning palate. It might be grapes. Joseph and I lounge on the deck with our yacht wine, taking in the ocean air. Sun starts to dip below the horizon. We could be stranded out here forever. I can't think of anyone else I'd want to be stranded with. It's just you, me, and all those whales. So many whales. You're killing the vibe. Revive the vibe, Bobo. Generally, it takes 3 days and a gigantic stone door rolled in front of a tomb, but I think we can save it. Whew. Okay, Easter time. Do you like your mysteries hot-bodied? I don't feel like that's really sneaky. Do more dad jokes. We could just sort of ask them about yacht life. Comment on the view, which is great. This view, though. I mean, there's something a lot prettier right in front of me. Sweet, full-bodied. God damn. Joseph, this wine, so good. God damn. What's it like owning a yacht? Fuel prices are on the rise. Yearly maintenance is a bit of a strain on the finances. Can't really take it out in the winter months. But also sometimes you can have a party on your yacht and everyone thinks you're cool, so it evens out. Bobo, if you had a yacht, what would you name it? The Salty Swallow, come on. Long, hard, and full of semen, come on. Out of all of these, it would probably be fuck you, whales. But, jeez, what would I name it? I feel like I had a name for something like this. Not necessarily a boat. They're usually terrible puns, though, right? Who am I kidding? If I had a boat, I would call it the boat, and I would paint the sides with flames. Fuck you, whales. I'm keeping on brand here. Riding down the side of a boat like that is basically asking them to attack. That's the goal. I'd be ready. You know where to find me, you cowards. I go take another sip of wine, but stop myself. Is wine an acceptable beverage in Margarita Zone? That it is, Bobo. All beverages of leisure are welcome in the Margarita Zone. This is almost what we wanted, right? No responsibilities, no worries, other than possibly dying out here. And the whales. But yeah, I'd say we're in the zone. Joseph and I clink our wine glasses again. To the Margarita Zone. Wasted away again. Wink. If you have any salt shakers, we can arrange them into a pentagram to summon Jimmy Buffett. Maybe he can save us. I'm not into pentagrams, Bobo. You should know this. As a youth minister, I make pacts with neither the devil nor island jammers. If we are to get off this boat, it will be by the grace of God. Or Steely Dan. Amen. Our laughter dies down. We're both silent for a moment, looking into each other's eyes. Joseph leans in closer. I feel myself doing the same. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. I can't help but feel like doing this will only end up hurting someone else. but his face is real close to my face. Bobo, I have to tell you something. Mary and I are done. I pull back. I think about the clothes strewn around the lounge, the undone bed. Are you living on this boat? I didn't want to mention it, but he sighs, strolling back to the controls of the boat. I lean on the console next to him. We had a very long talk, and it's unsalvageable. I'm staying here until everything's sorted out. Oh, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do... I'm fine. I'm fine, actually. It was a long time coming. For the first time in a long time, I'm seeing a path to happiness. And now I know I can focus on myself and stop trying to deny the things that make me happy. I need someone who will be there. Someone kind and honest. And you deserve that, Joseph. You really do. Anyway, I've been having this crazy feeling there's someone who I could get in the habit of having around. Someone very close to here. Is it Wales? I mean you. Oh. I was trying to be subtle. I think I'm picking up what Joseph's putting down. I lean forward, closing the gap between us, when Joseph grabs the receiver. Come in, come in. Is anyone there? No. Over. We're stranded out on open waters. We've been out here for hours. Please send help. Over. But wait, are you guys gonna kiss? I mean, what are your coordinates? Over. Bobo. Have you been leaning on the talk button this whole time? I look down. Oh. Oh, I definitely have been leaning on the talk button. Betrayed by my own butt yet again. I didn't lean on it, you leaned on it. Neither of you were leaning on the talk button. We didn't hear anything. Over. Hey. Were you listening to us? Sir, we here at the Coast Guard are professionals. We are not doing that. But as professionals, it seems like you deserve happiness, and we think it's closer than you think. Over. How soon could you guys be here to give us a tow? Over. We'll, pick you up in the morning. Sounds like you two have some stuff to hash out. Over and out. Wait! Silence. Nobody returns our radio calls. I think they left. We stare at each other for a second. Well, Joseph carefully places the receiver on the table, making sure the talk button isn't pressed in. Well, okay. Joseph grabs me by the shirt and pulls me into a kiss. His lips are soft and sweet from the wine, and his skin is still warm from the sun. I reach for his belt and pull him even closer, running my free hand under his shirt and up his side. He pushes me against the boat's console, kissing down my neck. Come on. His hands drift to my thighs and he effortlessly picks me up. Wow. Joseph carries me below deck. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't fantasized about this, but I didn't think he'd be so aggressive. I've wanted this for so long. Throws me out of the bed. I let out a little yelp. Lots of time to kill, Bobo. We better get started. Dots. Oh man. I might have overdone it on the wine last night. Just a few more minutes of sleep will do just fine. Wait. I open my eyes to find Joseph's face a few inches from mine and arms slung around my waist. He's sleeping peacefully. His hair is mussed and his lips still a little red. I think this is what I was talking about when we were discussing Margarita Zone. Finding little, perfect moments of joy. Like the way the light falls across Joseph's face, or how he's still holding me tight even in his sleep. That's a very romanticized ideal. I just find that I can't sleep comfortably while embracing another person. Anyways, I'm very tempted to curl up closer to him and keep sleeping, but I know the Coast Guard will probably be here soon, and I'd like to be wearing clothes when that happens. I nudge Joseph. It takes a couple shakes before he blearily opens his eyes. When he notices me hovering over him, he breaks into a huge grin. We should get dressed. Joseph pulls me in for a kiss. Do we have to? Another kiss. Stop trying to tempt me. Fine, fine. Coast Guard eventually shows up and tows us back to the bay. They, thankfully, keep their comments to themselves. Joseph and a step off of the yacht, and he walks me to my car. I had a great time. Me too. No thanks to the whales. Shh, shh, shh. You're on land now. They can't hurt you here. Take care, Joseph. You too. He gives me one last kiss on the lips before he turns around and walks back to his boat. / home. Well, I've been gone an entire day. Hopefully Amanda's alright. Amanda, I'm... Dad! She runs up and hugs me. I was genuinely concerned about your well-being, but upon closer inspection, you seem to be okay. What happened? The yacht ran out of gas and we got stuck. But it was okay because I was on a yacht. Weren't you scarred? Your father feels no fear. Were you able to take care of yourself for the night? Yeah, just did a ton of drugs, vandalized a few cars, and then embezzled some funds for my school. All in all, pretty lucky night. Where'd you learn that from? I learned it from you, Dad. Well, if you did, you would have funneled those funds through legitimate cash and carry business, fudging the books over the course of years so you don't arouse suspicion from the feds. Rookie mistake, Panda. Glad you're back in one piece. Did you make good choices? Yeah, I think I did. But hey, I'm starving. Want to make sandwiches out of whatever we can find in the fridge? More than anything, Pops. Always try to make others around you happy. The date's complete. Let's see how well we did at margarita zoning. Only a B. I wonder if this means that things will work out long term. It's going to be a little weird. I imagine we may have different dialogue with Robert, may have different dialogue, may have dialogue at all with Mary in the party. Achievement unlocked, Margarita Zone. Please remember to call us once in a while. If you turn the ignition too long with the choke out, you can... Yeah, okay. Whatever. it's not something you're probably going to have to deal with a car unless it's a car that's very old and someone is showing you how to drive it at this point anyways. How's that? You're not going to flood the engine of a fuel injected car. Pretty much any car made from like not literally any car, but the vast majority of cars from like the late 80s onward are fuel injected. Okay. Amanda should be here any minute now. Let's fast forward. I could have done all of this. What? No. Crab cake sandwich for lunch. It's gonna be all this stuff happening. Robert's there. He cares about Amanda. That's totally what it is. Told you not to make a big deal, but I did. Ha ha ha. Pablo came to the party, so that's good. Oh no, Mary's here. Shoot, I gotta go back. Yes, the epilogue as of like a minute ago. Oh no, Mary's here. With everything that's happened between me and Joseph, I should be a good host and say hi to her. But I don't wanna. Come on, Bobo, you can do this. I also killed the music, apparently. You guys know what the music sounds like for the epilogue. I walk up to Mary. Hey. Hey. You been good? Just peachy. I have to go over there now. That went about as well as I could have expected it to. Bobo and Brian, and where is... Yeah, no, it's going to be a competition. Daisy did a little teleport phase in. Then she phases out. Craig's here. Bros. You know how it goes with all of them bros. Hugo's got the plate of mac and cheese. He pretends not to see Hugo, but that's okay. Pew pew, haha.
Yes.
Hey. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. See you later. Okay, so I guess Robert didn't care about the Joseph stuff after all. The sun is setting and everyone seems to have eaten their fill. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat next to Joseph. Joseph, it's so great to see you again. Great party. I should have you organize our next youth group, Mixer. My dance skills are ready whenever you need them. Hey, if you aren't busy this weekend, I was thinking we could maybe catch a movie or something. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like it would be fun. This feels weird. It doesn't feel like it did on the yacht. So, I guess things are still friendly with Mary? Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. Joseph sighs. We talked, and we talked for a long time, and there was some yelling and some crying, but ultimately, there was reconciliation. I'm sorry, Bobo. I have to make this work with Mary. Oh, I know. I shouldn't have. I didn't mean it to hurt you. And I'm really sorry you got caught up in all of this. I've just felt so alone lately, and I'm not even sure I'm doing the right thing here. You've come to mean so much to me, and I'll never forget all of those beautiful moments we shared together. But I have to thank you. In a way, this whole thing with you helped me realize that I still love my wife very much. Oh, that's great. I know this isn't what you wanted to hear, probably, and I'm sorry if you were hoping for something different, but this is where my life is, and I need to do right by my family. But hey, Joseph squeezes my hand.
Yeah.
We'll always have Margarita Zone. And he winks at me. You know, I don't know what Bobo's gonna say here. And I don't know what I would be doing in this position, because I like to think I wouldn't be Bobo the homewrecker in the first place. But I almost kind of feel like you want to say, no, fuck Margarita Zone, right? Joseph stands up. Take care, Bobo. You too, Joseph. Joseph walks off. Man. Did I do something wrong? Is there another way this could have ended if I'd done things differently? Could I load? I walk over to the half-melted remnants of the ice cream cake and shove a forkful into my mouth. This ice cream cake is my new boyfriend. The last guests begin to make their way out of the party. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Killer party, Pops. What can I say? I was inspired. So, oh, okay, I have something. This is all the very loving thing. Wouldn't be who I am. I'm gonna cry. Pictures. We share a hug. Sit together and watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon. Glad you made some friends. Yeah. I know that's maybe not what you were looking for, but these people care about you. Okay, so this is the bad end version of Amanda talking to you at the end of the thing, but I love you, Dad. We'll always have each other. You're right. It's going to be hard at first, but this is the next chapter in our story, and I would be nervous about it, but I know that you're always going to be looking out for me the same way I'll always be looking out for you. Team Vulture. And here, once again, your credits. Game from the Game Grumps. Now, we apparently got greetings from Margarita Zone all the same. So, if we got a beefy cakey style poster featuring him, I'm gonna guess that that is as good as could have happened. You know what? I would honestly be okay with that. If this romance game did not give you the possibility of breaking up somebody else's marriage. Like, that you couldn't just come in and in like 3 evenings completely wreck somebody else's lifelong commitment. Again, though, I mean, obviously, like, there are people that have relationships that are different than the one that Joseph and Mary have, but typically speaking, if they do have those relationships, they're not youth ministers with crosses and stuff. Unless we're talking Mormons. That's bigamy. It's big of you too. It's big of all of us. Thanks, Groucho Marx. And yes, I know that the modern LDS Church does not encourage polygamy. So, don't sign up expecting that. Well, there you go. That was our effort to make our way into heaven/Margarita Zone with Joseph. And, like the ending with Craig, maybe it was a little bit bitter in the end, but maybe happy endings can happen and dreams can come true. But we may never know. When we come back next time, I imagine we will find out whether or not all of our gothic fantasies can come true with Damien Demento. But that'll be another episode, another time. Until then, this is BoboTheVulture. This has been Let's Play Dream Daddy. I want to thank you very much for watching, and hope to see all of you next time. Bye!